We are 108 days into this transformation of semen retention, this journey of semen retention, and it has given me unlimited willpower. Unlimited willpower, okay? It has given me the ability to just act, just do everything that I need to do in order to actually move my life forward and progress it. You know, you can make your affirmations all you want. You can think of your ideas. You can really feel it in your heart. But if you don't have enough willpower to actually get it done, it will never happen. Your life will never transform. It doesn't matter how firmly you believe in your ideas. If you don't have the willpower to back that up, it will never happen. I'm telling you right now. So what this journey has given me is the unlimited just power source to just keep on going. To keep on going no matter what. You know, and not look back, not have any sort of fear in my heart, and just like keep on transforming, keep on evolving, keep on getting better. That's what this journey has, given me so far. It's given me these gifts to actually start to change my life. I'm just so on point with everything. I'm getting in all my meals. I'm just moving in all the right directions. I have the willpower and capability to just say no to the things that I don't want in my life anymore. And I'm just moving forward day after day after day. And it's just such an immaculate feeling. Like I'll wake up and just feel just so present within myself and within my capability. And it just helps me move forward. My nutsack is just so filled up at this point with just so much life force, so much energy. And I'm transmuting it in every single way possible. I'm transmuting it in the gym. I feel like I just have this infinite energy source to just keep on going. To keep on getting luckier, to just keep on, just getting more creative. For the first time today in like such a long time, I started drawing. I was just trying to deep dive into my mind and make myself more bored and just meditate more and really just, make sure that my dopamine is just on point. And I got to a point where I started drawing again. I used to draw all the time, man. I used to draw every single fucking day of my life. I was in major art in high school, and I used to love it. It was my form of maybe escapism at that point in time, because I was socially awkward. I didn't know how to talk to anyone. So that's how I would just get by through my days. I would just start drawing in my notebook in classes and stop paying attention. So this infinite power source, like if you are struggling with just being able to do the things that you need to do, this will help you, right? Because I've always had the knowledge of what I needed to do in order to change. I always felt a certain way and really was tied in deep to my emotions of what I needed to feel in order to, make any change happen, whether it was anger or fear or whatever it was. I had those two things, but you need the entire trifecta. You need the willpower in order to back it all up. You need the capability to take action no matter how you're feeling in order to actually change your life and evolve. That is like the last step, the thing that was always just missing within my puzzle. And now every single day, I just look forward to the next day. I'm so present with just like myself in this moment in time right now. And I'm just ready for more. Like I'm so grateful for this moment in time that I'm in right now. Because I know it just gets better and better and better from here. Like it doesn't get worse at all. Every single day just feels like a new blessing. A new opportunity to just get more creative with it. To just get my ideas out there more. To grow more. to grow my body more. I truly I wake up surging with energy. I don't even need like vitamins anymore. I barely take my vitamin, like just my daily supplements like vitamin D, vitamin B, all those certain sort of things. I would take it on the daily. I don't even need it anymore. I'm at a point where I don't need, like, I barely need any caffeine. I still drink it because I like it. It gives me a little bit of extra oomph. But right now I'm surging with energy. I haven't even taken any caffeine yet. Like, how is that even possible, man? I just feel so much growth within me, within the past, like, couple weeks. Because the first 90 days, it's just you recharging, you getting all the ideas, you getting back to, like, what your heart wants within this world. And then after that, it's straight just execution. Just like, you're empowered by your thoughts and you just can't stop. You just keep on going. Like, you have no fear in your heart anymore. You just know who you are. You know what you're capable of, and you just want to keep going. You just want to keep creating, and you're just having so much fun with the process. Like, you truly feel unstoppable at this point. After 100+ days, you just feel unstoppable, and you just want to just get better in every single sort of way. So if you're searching for some sort of way to get your willpower back, like, if you're the type of person that just, wants to do all these great things, wants to do all these amazing things for their life and truly change, but they can't seem to kick their bad habits, start semen retention. I'm telling you right now, it will help so much. Like, the monks in this lifetime, they got it right. They got it down to the pseudoscience of how you're supposed to live. And now I will never, get on that level, because I feel like I'm too attached to my ego and to just how my body looks and things of that nature. And I know it's not the best, but it's just part of what I am and who I am. I'm not willing to give, a lot of that part of me up yet. Maybe one day I will, but not yet. I love all that, I love that, like, I have this capability to make money. I have this capability to just live wherever I want. I have this capability to just, speak to a fucking camera and change my life with it. When this is what I dreamed of. This is the very thing that I dreamed of when I was the kid that couldn't talk, that didn't know how to talk, was so shy to talk to people, to everyone, to get his ideas out there, because he feared of being judged. But now 108 days in, and I'm truly just transforming, like, by the day now. By the day, I feel more just empowered. I feel more just of myself. And I'm just like, I'm bouncing off of myself. Like, I feel so empowered by just being myself. Like, it's such an incredible feeling. Like, I feel like I truly don't need anything else besides me. I know that at this point in my life, I can count on myself to just get it done, to just actually change my life. And this is all I ever needed. And once I realized that, like, it's just so heartwarming to come to that realization that you only needed yourself. You needed that whole version of yourself. You needed to clean up who you were, get back to everything you wanted to be, and you feel whole again. I feel so whole on this journey. I feel so transformed. I feel so, like, good. I feel so healthy. This is the healthiest I've ever felt. I don't want to jinx anything, but I haven't even been sick within the past, 108 days at all. At all. That's just insane. And I used to just get sick all the time and all this stuff. But I don't need vitamins anymore. I don't need medicine. I don't need anything. I don't even feel this need for money, which is the weirdest feeling ever. Because money, like, it just used to be my God. Like, I needed it. I needed it. Like, I needed to live. I was just holding on to it and just like, I needed the money to just feel good, to try to impress other people and all this other stuff. But like, I don't feel that at all anymore. Like no thought in my mind even like goes into the sequence of like, oh, I need money. Like, it's just like, at this point, if it comes, it comes. Like, I really do not care. You know, I just know that I will make a certain amount of money someday because of my capability, because of who I am. You know, the money will just come to me. Like, I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm not afraid of just like letting it all go, spending it all in the right, direction. If it's, to help change my life, whether that's in like, I don't know, a fucking coach or like training or ads. I don't fucking know. But if it's going to just help my life, then fucking I'm just going to spend it. It's going to come right back. That's how I truly feel. Like, you start to feel like you can attract anything. And you do. You start to attract everything you ever wanted. Like, anything that you can think about, you start to attract because you become the person who is capable of actually executing. Like, you can see it from these videos. I've been doing this for 2.5 months consistently now, and I'm starting to pick up a bit of traction. And it's not even like anything extravagant, anything fancy. This setup, this rig is ridiculous. If you saw me right now, like, I have a phone with the flash on top of my other phone. Like, I have two phones, right? So I have a phone with a flash on top of the phone that I'm recording on. Like, that has been my setup from the start. And this is going to be my setup to the very end. Like, I don't ever want to change it. But, like, my eyes just got fucked because I just stared at the flash. But this is my rig. This is my setup. It's nothing extravagant. But I'm just being my whole goddamn self and trying to inspire y'all. And I'm getting, the proper attraction for it. I'm getting everything that I'm putting out, I'm getting back everything that I'm putting out. So I know this is something that maybe eventually will help my life as well. And regardless, it's helping my life in my mental, just creativity, just like output. I just love making these videos. This is my creative outlet to actually, speak my mind. Because for a lot of my life, I couldn't relate to anyone at all, right? But now I feel like I can just speak my mind, and maybe there are some people that can actually relate, especially people on this sort of journey on this sort of transformation. They can kind of understand. But I'm not looking for any understanding, but I'm just able to get my ideas out there without feeling any sort of judgment, without anyone trying to interrupt my conversation. It's kind of just like, hear me out kind of a thing. But yeah, this will give you unlimited willpower and unlimited just drive. You'll have some days where you don't feel all amped up and everything, but as long as you just start like going, just start eating your food, just start like getting the day going, get to work, whatever, you just like, you start to feel it, you start to feel it in your nuts. Your nuts start to get heavy and like full, and just like your lust for life, it transmutes your lust for woman into the lust for life. Like, you just want more life. You want more out of life, and it starts to make you plan more. It starts to make you actually act more. I'm planning on, figuring out how to get a better apartment, just so I can be in my own environment and, really just feel like myself. I have to get pretty far away from goddamn everyone, everyone that I know right now, in order to feel like myself and be in my own presence all the time. Because I feel like that is like the last part of my transformation to actually grow and evolve into the next, step of my evolution. And I'll keep on evolving, but that is the very like necessity for me to change my environment in order for me to, grow. And I could have done that already, but I kind of, fucked it all up. I fucked up some of my opportunities. That's just on my own, retardation. But I'll figure it out soon enough, within the next couple months for sure. That's the thing too. I have this runway now, right? After the 100 days, now you have another 100 days of runway space. I've only had this transformative, power within me for the past, I don't know, 20 days it feels like, where I really feel like I've changed. I really feel like I'm starting to feel massive just benefits, massive amounts of luck and all that. So now I have another couple months for it to grow even more. That to me is just insane. It's just so I'm just so ready for just everything that's about to happen for me. And I'm doing everything in my power to, get there. I'm still working incredibly hard at my 9 to 5. I go back to work tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. I was on vacation, but I go back to work tomorrow, which I'm super excited about, because and it's not about oh, I'm going to go there to make money and all this stuff, but just just feeling productive and just getting my energy out of my body sometimes just really feels fucking good. Until I'm ready for the next step, when I'm ready to leave that job behind and find the next one, right? When I move out the state and do all that. But for right now, everything just feels right. I'm in just such a great position right now in my life, and I wouldn't want anything to change, I used to question in the past why everything, happened to me and all this stuff, this why me mentality. But I'm so happy I went through everything that I went through in my past in order to be where I'm at now. I would have never, ever been at this point if I didn't go through everything in my past. I'm just so happy to just that I did it. I did it. I started to I feel like I'm starting to conquer myself. And this is all I ever wanted. Once you come to the realization that you don't want all that money, you don't want all that, it will just come. What you wanted was self-mastery, the ability to control you. That is so powerful. If you are able to grasp on the ability to control yourself, because most likely in your life right now, you are not in control of your life, your destiny, because you're just controlled by your habits, the bad habits. You have to eliminate them. You can control, the person that you are and work from your heart outwards. You can start to change little by little. And you will see what a legendary comeback that you can have. Don't it's so crazy, because I gave up. I fucking gave up a couple years back. I had a pretty bad breakup. I was in love with this girl, and I gave up. And that was the worst thing for myself that I could have ever done. But then once I started to just try again, and then did that for a really long time with zero fucking result, it was all worth it, because it got me to this very point. Where I tried so much, where I'm a completely different person now from the person that I was when I gave up. When I was the type of person that would just give up, And I came to that understanding that that's why that relationship failed. Because I wasn't somebody who, can be reliable, who someone could count on. I was somebody who gave up all the time in every single aspect. You know, how can you rely on somebody like that? How can you be in a relationship with somebody like that? You know? So once you just take accountability for everything that you've ever fucked up in your life, then you can move on and actually grow and evolve. Like now, that doesn't like, I don't really think about that anymore unless I bring it up in these videos, right? But I'm just so focused on growing. I'm so happy. And there's been opportunities for, you know, new women to come in my life and all this stuff, but I don't care for it anymore. You know, at this point, I don't care for it. I care about just like self-mastery and growing. And that will come with a relationship at a certain point in time, because I'm going to need to grow in that sense. I'm going to need to get better in that sense in my relationship world, my relationship life. But for right now, I have a mission to just endeavor on. I have things that I need to find out about myself before I even like get into that. And that's the problem with every man nowadays. They're just so like ready to just jump on anything that gives them some sort of attention. Any woman that gives them any sort of attention, they're just willing to jump on it, you know? They're hypnotized by, you know, the ass and just like a woman in general, like that they can't even like, they can't stay focused on their mission. You have to have the capability to stay focused on your mission. And that's what semen retention does. Because I know that if I start fucking around with a woman, that's going to inevitably get me to start just busting. And then my life's going to get worse, right? When I'm trying to transform my life and get my life in the best position possible, why would I go and do that? Why would I go and fuck it all up just for some sweet buns, some sweet old pussy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it after a certain point. You know, I'm just so transformed at this point. And I know how much like further I'm going to get transformed. Like, this is nothing. I'm going to look back at these videos, just smile and giggle to myself, because this is nothing compared to where I'll be at within a year along this journey. But my dreams are just unfolding. Like, it's kind of a crazy feeling, because I'm not too focused on like trying to unfold my dreams, but it's just following my heart. You know, whatever is it lies in my heart right now is just unfolding in my reality. And all my dreams, of course, lie within my heart. And now it's just unfolding in my reality because I have the willpower. Because I'm just acting. Because I'm just doing, pursuing every single day, very consistently, getting a little bit better and better and better. And that is the very thing that is transforming my life. Everything is just so aligned, you know? And I'm almost approaching like 4 months on this transformation. And every single day at this point, I feel just better and better and better. I feel like the first 90 days, I was in a cocoon, in a metamorphosis, right? But now, like, I'm starting to just like stretch and yawn and start spreading my wings as a fucking butterfly at this point. You know what I mean? But like in a couple months, I'll start, you know, flying around in my butterfly form, you know, and just like it just gets better and better and better from there. You know, I feel free, I feel transformed, and the last step of this process is to change my environment. And right now I'm doing everything in my power to figure that out. That is my last step. But after that, it's just off to the races. Like, I'm just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and my creativity is just increasing on the daily. My body is just so healed. Feels amazing. And just like, I'm just ready to go, man. I'm ready to go in all just aspects, and I have no fears. I have no like doubts. I just know what I am, and I know what I'm becoming. Like, I've been so sure of myself the past, like, 20 days. I'm sure of, like, what I am. You know, I'm just a starter. You know, I made that name, you know, not too long ago, but now I'm transforming into him, you know? And it's just such a crazy feeling. Because, man, like, the past version of me, even just a couple years ago, would not believe, you know, how much I've transformed in my life, you know, with all my good habits and just the way that I carry myself, the way that I think now, too. You know, I'm so happy that money isn't my God at all. Like, I am my God, you know? I am my own source of just freedom. I'm my own source of income. I am, like, I feel like the commodity, you know? And as long as I have me, I have the ability and capability to just win in this world. And I have no fear. I just keep going. I'm just so excited. You know, I'm gonna start looking for new jobs out in a different state. I would say Texas or something like that, because I live in New York and it's just expensive, too expensive to rationalize trying to grow out here when I could just grow out there. I also love the heat, so like, it's a no-brainer. All right, this is just for me, New York is just a real like negative energy environment. So to try and stay in an environment like that, sometimes it could really drain you, right? So I gotta figure it all out. But once I'm able to do that and figure that out, oh my God, man, like, I'm just so excited for it. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for my life that I'm unfolding in front of me. Like, I'm able to talk on camera for fucking 30 minutes, just like, so like happy, man, so happy. Because I used to make YouTube videos and like I gave up on them because I just didn't believe in myself. I would let other people like they would make fun of me for it, and I would let that get to me. You know, I would tell people like, oh, I'm making these YouTube videos. Like, I tell my family and friends and all that, and most of them would just like clown me for it and do all this stuff, you know, because they had never had no dreams, goals, or aspirations of their own. So then they try to bring you down, and they almost won, man. That's the crazy part about it. They almost won. All these people who try to bring me down, they almost won. But you can't let them win. In the end, you can come out on top. You can be the one that is just victorious with all of this. Whether it's, you know, whatever it is, whatever you want to do for your life, you can win. You can come out on top. You can come out in just glory. You know, you can come out just the best version of you. And don't ever let anyone just deter you from your path that you know you're supposed to be on. Just do the things that you need to do in order to just get it done. You know, and semen retention will be a primary force that will help you. You know, even with this, man, like even with this, right? I thought to myself the other day, because, you know, I told my little brother, like, I make YouTube videos and all this stuff, but he doesn't know my channel or stuff like that. But if my family found this out, like, oh, I make YouTube videos and I'm making them, you know, about semen retention and all this stuff, I would completely get fucking clowned for it. Right? But now, at this point in my journey, that wouldn't deter me. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, I'll just tell them off that were the case. Because I'm trying to help people, trying to transform them. You know? These videos are obviously not for them. They're not going to understand. But they'll understand eventually. When I get to the point in my life where I truly just transformed and changed, and they won't get it. They'll just always ask how. And like, This is just all the proof right here. I document this shit every single day to show how much I've grown and just my mindset, my mentality, and now how much better I get with these videos. And you're going to just start to see my life change. You know, I've only been at 100 days for 8 days now. And now at this point, every single day gets better and better and better. I get luckier and luckier and luckier. Like, my life is starting to change now at this point. So, like, a couple months more of this, man, I can't even imagine what's about to happen. You know, like, I kind of know in my mind, and I don't want to say it out loud, but, like, I know for a fact I'll be in a new state. I know for a fact I'll feel even better about myself. I know for a fact I'll feel more whole. I know for a fact I'll be just much more creative. I know for a fact I'll just keep on going strong. You know, I'm just probably for the first time in a long time, I'm just proud of, you know, how committed I've been to myself, to changing myself, to bettering myself. No matter what anyone says, I'm just transforming, and I take no bullshit no more. I just do what I need to do, and I'm like in love with myself. I'm infatuated with myself for the first time in such a long time. Like, I can look at myself in the mirror and just like be happy with what the fuck is looking back at me. And that right there is what life is about, man. Just the satisfaction of like you and being proud of yourself for the things that you're actually doing, for the things you're actually making happen. But yeah, like, please, man, if you're struggling with willpower or the ability to act on your dreams, your desires, your goals, you know, we're more than 6 months into the year, and you probably are not even close to your New Year's resolution goals, right? So if you gotta, you know, change something major in your life right now, start semen retention. I'm telling you, it will transform your life. And once you get past a certain point, once you get past 100 days, you will never want to go back, you know? Maybe at a point in time when you want to start a family or something like that, right? You'll have to, you know, obviously come. But otherwise, you're not going to want to let go of your potent energy. You will just have an understanding of what it actually is, as long as you are trying to transmute it, you know? But I mean, for me, this journey forces me to transmute my energy. Like, I'm excited to go and transmute my energy, whether it's in these videos or in the gym or whatever the fuck it is. I'm just excited to just get my creativity out there in the world and feed the world with it, you know? Because crazy part is too, like, this is only the beginning of my journey. But like, I can't wait to look back at this in like a couple years and just like, man, I'll be like, fuck, I came so far. And it was all because of like this person that I was now. So just like, the best time to start a journey like this is now. Just try, man. Just try and ignore, you know, the people who are gonna tell you that, oh, it doesn't actually do anything for you, this, that. Just try it for yourself and then come to your own conclusions. This is how it's helped me, though. So if you want to have some sort of glow to you, if you want to, you know, just attract more females, if you want to, you know, chase your fucking dreams and have unlimited willpower, this is it right here, man. This is it right here. I love you guys like always, though. This was a phenomenal video. I love you guys. Stora out. Peace.